like one shot.
Now, the first thing you do is reach one thing.
Left the tongue stain, left my what hang, falling short breath, thought my lungs cave. I'm a nuisance, and these blueprints prove right like Buddhists. Can't do my work right by those fences. And so goes the way my dance is. Don't follow me, alright, and please don't bother me tonight. Hey, she's on one, I'm dripping. She's on one, I'm dripping.
Underrated, dude. I just started really a lot, like eggs are so good.
Left the tongue stain, let my what hang, falling short breath, thought my lungs cave. I'm a nuisance, and these blueprints prove right like Buddhists. Can't do my work right by those fences. And slow the way my pants is. Don't follow me, alright, please don't bother me tonight. Hey, she's on one, I'm dripping. That's right. She's on one, I'm dripping.
What is up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. It's Wadi here, and hopefully you enjoyed the montage, and also hopefully we have some new people here. So if you are new to the channel, please consider subscribing and checking out some of my other content. Now, previously I had an Xbox Series S, which I had for around 7 to 8 months, and I made a review on that. That'll be in the top right corner if you want to check that out. And I switched to an Xbox Series X, and I've had that now for 7 months, so I thought it'd be a great time to review it, just a long-term review, and give my thoughts on it. So all of us have been waiting for 120 FPS, but we have been slapped in the face like this crypto, you know, just waiting in his drone. We've been waiting for 120 FPS. We got the next gen version of Apex Legends on Xbox Series S and X, but it has been littered with issues such as too much saturation, the game chat not working, stutters, input lag, all these things that should not be happening. So I hopefully think that they will figure that out soon. You never know with Respawn, man. They take a while. I don't know if it's actually Respawn's fault or EA's fault, but either way, there's issues that need to be fixed and they're not fixed. So as of right now, the Xbox Series X and S have a couple of issues with next gen, but that's okay. It'll be fixed in due time, and hopefully we will get 120 FPS soon, which I will do a separate review for both consoles on. So subscribe if you want to check those videos out when they do come out. I put chapters in the video so that you can skip forward and backward to any topic that I talk about in this video and get the info that you need without wasting your time. So check that out, and also leave a comment with any question and I will try my best to get back to you with a good answer. Now let's start off this vid talking about how the Xbox Series X looks. And I will also talk about the Series X versus the S in a small segment in this video, so you can check that out. I will be making a full comparison video soon between both of the consoles, but for now, the footage that you are looking at and seeing in the background is through the Xbox Series X, and I am playing in 1440p. The game looks extremely crisp and is just amazing in general. There's just one issue that I've noticed, is that there is some pop out of like foliage and grass sometimes while running in Storm Point, but I have not noticed that issue on any of the other maps, just Storm Point. I don't know, maybe it's just too much on Storm Point, but just overall, the Xbox Series X makes Apex look clean and crisp, and it just playing on it feels next gen, so that's great. Next up, the most important thing, how does the game feel on Series X? Now the game feels fluid and responsive. It feels like your inputs are being registered fast as they should be in a first-person shooter, and I feel totally in control of what I am doing in game. But there are some issues right now that are plaguing the Xbox Series X, and it's causing major problems with gameplay. And I haven't heard this issue mentioned by anybody else right now, but a big reason that I play in 1440p is because when I play in 1080p, I will spike all the way up to 65 to 75 FPS, and it will cause huge stutters in the game. And it's a big issue when I play in 1080p, but when I play in 1440p, it only goes up to around 65 FPS with smaller stutters. And I've got no idea, I have no idea if this is because I play with a 144 Hertz monitor, but comment down below if you guys have had the same issue, because it is a big issue, and I hope that that's because they want the game to do 120 FPS. Maybe they just need to unlock it. That's why the frames are going up, but I'm not sure. I really hope that they fix that, because it is a big problem for me playing in 1080p. And another problem while talking about FPS is that it does randomly, not randomly, but it drops down to 45 to 50 FPS and feels terrible. So take this footage for example, and just look in the top right corner, you can see the frames. I drop down here and it just feels like I'm lagging. It's definitely just a small disadvantage, but it does not happen as much as other consoles. And I'm sure I would see less drops in frames if I played in 1080p, but then again, there's the issue that it jumps in frames and causes big stutters. So I choose to play in 1440p because it's overall a great experience. It plays most of the time at 60 FPS, and it just feels really good. But there are some issues. I'm sure that those issues will be fixed when 120 FPS comes out in season 30 and everyone has finally gotten their first heirloom. So, you know, one big thing to know is that if you are playing on last gen, the stuttering issue is terrible. You jump right into a fight and you have 20 to 30 frames and boom, you're dead. Like, it freezes. It's just so bad. So the jump to next gen on both of the new consoles will fix that issue, and it's well worth it to, you know, upgrade and escape that specific disadvantage on last gen. Now, something that isn't that important in Apex is the load times. The load times on the Series X are blazing fast, and it just makes it that much better at being a Wraith main. When I get knocked, I can rage quit and get back to the lobby within 5 seconds, and it's just the best. So if you are a Wraith main, you got to consider upgrading to the Xbox Series X and, you know, quitting your games just as fast as you can. But for real, loading in and out of matches is extremely fast, and loading into the firing range is nice and fast if you like to practice your aim and recoil control like me. Now, let's talk about the Series X compared to last gen. If you are a competitive console gamer and are looking to get better, you most definitely need to switch to next gen. I was playing on an Xbox One X for a bit and then had problems and had to switch back to an original Xbox One for a bit, and oh my gosh, dude, like, I literally, it was terrible. So if you are playing on any of those original consoles, like if you are playing on the OG Xbox One, I salute you, because it is just absolutely horrific playing on that. So I switched instantly to an Xbox Series X, and then now to my X, and the leap from last gen to next gen is real, and it's definitely worth it. The game looks 10 times better, it feels 10 times better, but I'm not gonna guarantee that it will make you 10 times better switching to next gen. But I honestly do think that last gen hardware does hold back some players from improving, because it is such a bad experience and such a disadvantage. I did feel instant improvement when switching from the OG Xbox One to the Series S, and then now to the X. Now, a small segment on the Series S compared to the Series X. The Series S is a great console, but it does lack significant in power compared to the Series X, and you can see it and also feel it. The Series X is more responsive with a clearer image running at a native 1440p, which I play at. That's better compared to the upscaled 1440 image on the Series S. Not too big of a deal, but for those commenters who consistently ask me if the Series X is better than the S, yes, it is. It's not huge like the leap from last generation, but it is a leap and you can feel it. I will make a video comparing them with footage and frame rates, so stay posted on that video. But for now, all I will say is that if you have a 1080p monitor / TV that's only 60 Hertz, I would definitely go for the Series S. It's an amazing grab running at those, you know, specifications. But we will see. Compared to the Series X 120 FPS, I'll do another video and really analyze the differences between those. Now, a comparison that doesn't really matter to me, but it does for some people, and that's a Series X versus a PC. Now, let's also take into account that your PC will probably cost more than a Series X, but that money will definitely get you performance that will outperform an Xbox for now. Until 120 FPS comes out, we can't really compare. And a PC definitely has better response times. It just feels more fluid and you get higher frames. The only thing that I've heard is that some PC gamers come in and comment on my videos that my Xbox footage looks so much better than their PC footage, but that's just because Xbox naturally runs on a high everything. You don't have the option to change that, so obviously it's going to look good, but we're still at 60 FPS. So for now, I'm a console gamer and I enjoy it, but in the future, when cross progression comes out, maybe I'll think about switching to PC. Now, overall, the pros and cons of the console. It's fast, it looks great, it feels fluid, and most of the time it has 60 FPS. If you buy one, you are most definitely going to be able to use it for a while, and it runs other games great too at 120 FPS. Now the cons are the next gen version of the game has a ton of issues, such as the FPS going over 60, causing stuttering issues, the game chat, the input lag, which probably has already been fixed by the time this video comes out, and some other significant issues. Overall, the console has its good and bad, but Apex runs great on it, and I have been really happy with how Apex plays on the Series X. And finally, should you buy an Xbox Series X? Now, if you are on last gen, I would definitely give it a good look and research which Xbox that you want. The Series S is a great buy for only $300, but if you are hardcore and looking for the best that Xbox can buy and have a comfortable $200 extra and can find one, I would definitely look into the Series X. But to put it plainly, if you don't have 120 Hz or 1440p 4K capable monitor/TV, and you don't want or have the money to upgrade, just take the Series S and I guarantee that you will enjoy it. But for now, the Xbox Series X is definitely better. It will give you more performance, and when 120 Hz comes out, 120 FPS, we'll have to reanalyze and consider which Xbox will be better. But for now, the Xbox Series X is the better console. It gives you a better experience, but you also pay $200 more. So that's my choice. I choose to play on the Series X. What choice is going to be yours? You guys can comment down below if you have any questions. Thank you so much for all the support. If you are new here, please leave a like and also subscribe. We are pushing for 5,000 subscribers. That's the goal right now. But anyway, guys, thank you so much. I love doing this, and you guys are awesome. I will catch you guys in the next one. Peace.